Hi, my name's Steve, and on this channel I make videos about wildlife and landscape photography, and also the equipment you need to do either of those types of photography. So if you're into wildlife or landscape photography, if you could consider subscribing to my channel, that would be great. And there's lots more content about both wildlife and landscape photography coming up in the future, and also there's lots of videos on the channel about those subjects that I've already made. So today, this is almost my local patch part 2. So my previous video was about learning about your local area, and it featured one of my local reserves. And today I've come to another local reserve a little bit further away, but about a 20-minute drive. And I haven't been here for a while. So what today's all about is looking at what's around and what might be around for the autumn months. So we're coming into autumn now, and there are certain animals that come in, migrate in, such as Brent geese, into this area in particular, and obviously there are certain animals that leave. So I'm going to have a wander around, and I might not get many great pictures, but that doesn't matter, because this is all about fact finding really. It's a recce at the location, and that's really important, because again, you know, learning about your local area isn't just about going and photographing all the time. Sometimes you have to just put the hours in and just explore and see what's around at the time. So this is about exploring my local area and seeing what wildlife comes up. There's a dog just come into shot. I don't know if you'll see him or not, but he's having a bit of a shake, but that's fine. And I've already spotted a butterfly, a common butterfly in the background. And that's fantastic, because they won't be around for much longer. We're in beginning to mid-October. We're in October now, so butterflies will be disappearing, you know, either dying off or hibernating for the winter. So that's great. I've already got a couple of shots of butterfly, and as I say, I don't really care what I get today, because this is a fact-finding mission. I'm going to see if the Brent geese are arriving yet. Probably not. They normally arrive towards the end of October, but you never know. There might be a few coming in early, so we'll look for those. And I want to see how the reserve is. In the summer, it was really hard to get into some areas. The grass had really grown up high, and I think because of the pandemic, that, you know, the pathways hadn't been cut back very much. So I want to know how accessible this reserve is at the moment, and I want to see if there's any of the migratory species are already in, or whether I need to wait a little bit longer for those to come in. So yeah, the sun's shining. It's warming up now, which is great. I've got a few pictures of a butterfly in the bag already, so I'll come away with something. But as I say, if I don't get anything else today, doesn't matter. I'm here just to learn about this reserve again and plan for the autumn and winter months. So I'll speak to you soon, guys. Hi guys, yeah, I hope you can hear me okay, because it's really windy. I'm at the edge of the reserve, and the wind's just coming off the Thames, because we're on the edge of the Thames here. But it's all okay actually, because I've got down into the hide. Now this was the hide that I couldn't really get to in the summer because the grass was so high. It was like elephant grass, and you just couldn't get through. So that's all died back now, which is great. And the other thing is as well, I've got a whole stack of little egrets here. There's about a dozen actually. Now in the breeding season, a lot of the egrets fly across the Thames to Kent, and there's a whole breeding area where you get breeding egrets and breeding herons. So that means if you come to this reserve during that time, you're not going to see so much, because again, it's the wrong timing. So now they're coming back because breeding's finished, so the egret numbers are building up again, and this is like an egret roost here, which is really nice. I've also got pictures of little grebes. So this morning's going brilliantly. I'm having an absolutely fantastic time again. I've got butterfly pictures, I've got little egrets, and I've got little grebes, so all good. But the main point is to see how this reserve is, make sure I can get to the areas I want to get to, and I can, which is fantastic. And also check to see what wildlife is coming back in again. And as I say, the egrets are back. This afternoon, or yeah, sort of early afternoon, I'm going to go down onto the beach area and wait for the tide to come in and see what that brings in, see if there's any Brent geese. Because when you're working with these tidal areas, the best time is on an incoming tide. So as the tide comes in, it pushes the birds closer and closer to the shore, so follow the tide in and feed. So not only do I need to get the time of the year right, I also need to get the time of the day right in terms of tide times. And I've timed this so that I can check out this area this morning, make sure the hide's accessible, which it is, and then this afternoon I can go down onto the beach area and see what's around there, and just wait for any birds to be pushed towards me because of that incoming tide. So it's all about planning, you know, planning the time of year, the time of day in terms of direction of light, which I mentioned on my last video. And in the case of tidal areas, what time in terms of high tide or low tide you need to be here. And with this reserve, it's great if you can come in on a incoming tide and let that tide push the wildlife to you. And also we'll get more birds in this area later on as well, because a lot of birds will be out feeding on the mud banks where all these sort of, you know, crustaceans and worms and stuff like that are. When those mud banks are covered over with water, then they'll come and roost. So yeah, it's all good. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Right, hi guys, I'm on the beach now, and I don't know if you can see it in the background, probably not on this vlogging camera, but the Brent geese are back. There's probably about 500 at the moment. They're flying in, and it's fantastic. The only thing is, I don't think I'm going to get any great shots today because the light's really soft. Sun's gone behind cloud, and for the Brent geese you really do need that directional sunlight because they're quite a dark bird, especially the face, and you need that directional sunlight to light them up and put a little catch light in the eye. But it's all good, because the reason I'm here today is to check out if they were back, and they are, and the geese will be here for the autumn and the winter now, so that's fantastic. And also I've checked out the reserve up the road, and also know that the egrets are back, and the hide's in good working order. So it's all good really. So today was all about working out whether this area was a good area for the autumn and the winter, and it is. So my fact-finding mission has been really good. So yeah, I've had a cracking day. I've got the information I need, and I will be back to photograph the geese on a number of occasions, and I'm hoping for that warm directional sunlight. So I'll need to time the sort of high tide, or you know, about a couple of hours off a high tide, as that incoming tide. I need to time that with some decent light, so towards sunset. So it's be a lot of planning, but that's the whole point of doing this today. And you know, that's the whole point of wildlife photography in general. You know, the more planning you put in, the better those pictures are going to be. So knowing the local area, knowing all the conditions you need to make successful pictures is what it's all about. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you on the next one, guys. So bye for now. Hi guys, that was absolutely fantastic. I said I wasn't going to get any great shots of the Brent geese, and you know the light isn't great for them. That is true, but all of them just took off. There was at least 300 or 400 Brent geese in the sky, so I've got some shots of all these geese just hitting the air and flying round and then just dropping down onto another patch of water. Why they all took off and then landed literally just, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet away, who knows, but it was an absolutely brilliant photo opportunity. So even though the light is not great at the moment, that was certainly worth seeing, and it was worth taking a few shots of as well. So yeah, what a great day. I'll speak to you soon. Hi guys, well I've been down onto the beach, and the Brent geese are back, which is fantastic. There's numbers are pretty good actually. They will grow over the next couple of weeks or so. I don't think I've got any decent pictures because they were still a little bit too far out, and as I say, the numbers will build over the next couple of weeks, but it's a great sign. So I know that Brent geese are back, the little egrets are back. As you can see in the background, the tide's in now, so I'm going to make my way down to the hive right at the end again, just to have a look at the little egret numbers and see how much they've built up, because it's high tide now. But yeah, all in all, this fact-finding mission for today has gone really well. So I know over the autumn months, I've got Brent geese here, we've got egrets here, there's all sorts of waders you can hear in the background. That's probably a red shank. Yes, that's all good. So yeah, thanks very much for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have enjoyed it, again, if you can consider subscribing to my channel, that'd be great. If you can give it the thumbs up, give it a like, that always helps my channel as well. And if you've got any wildlife stories or great locations you want to talk about, then put them in the comment section below. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll speak to you on my next video. Bye for now.